What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today you are in a rarely seen location here at the warehouse in the space that I manage in San Jose. We are a nonprofit all about creativity in the Bay. Being that it is the week of Christmas, I thought it would be cool to put a call out to anyone that wants a headshot to pop by the warehouse today and get a free headshot session on me. I invited one of my friends here as well, and you're gonna hear from him in just a little bit because this guy is an incredible advocate, amazing voice for so many people, and I can't wait for you to meet him and hear from him. But we'll get to him in just a minute. Here's what we're doing today. We're doing studio headshots on a little makeshift studio we've set up here. We're gonna try some fun things, some creative things, but most importantly, we are going to take these headshots on 3 different cameras. The Leica SL2-S with the 24-70. I just did a headshot session of myself with this exact setup. Love the results, so I'm excited to do that for these people that are coming today. We're also going to shoot some headshots on the Leica M11 with the 50 Summilux. And last, we're gonna shoot some headshots on the Leica M6 with Tri-X400 in the camera, locked and loaded, ready to go. But we're gonna try something a little different on those photos since they're gonna be black and white, and we can get a little creative with the lighting. I've got people showing up in about, 20 minutes, and so I'm gonna finish getting ready here, and then we're gonna jump in and do an entire headshot session. And then we're gonna take a look at the files and see which ones are feeling better for us. Is it the SL2S? Is it the M11? Or maybe the M6? We're gonna find all that out a little later. So I'm glad you guys are here and along for the ride as we wrap up the year. Let's get rolling. Okay, guys, I want to introduce you to my friend Jamal Taylor. Instagram, let me educate you. I say that right?
That is
Yeah,
right.
Jamal is, well, first, let me ask you, man, how would you describe yourself? Because you have your description on your Instagram, and I see it. I say, this guy's an activist. Like, that's where I go, man. You are an activist, and you're an educator. So how would you describe yourself?
Joyously imperfect.
I like that.
Joyously imperfect. That's how I would describe myself. I would say my soul is in education, but I don't mind making a little bit of noise.
The reason I have Jamal here today is because I've been a long-time follower on Instagram, and I really, I've been like just telling him how awesome he is for the last like 2 hours. The biggest thing I would love for you to understand today is that almost all sustainable change comes through education and empathy and just being a genuinely good person. I love that that's like what your message is all about. You know, we can talk about that, and I would love for you guys to follow him, and I've got a link right below you can check out. I want to talk about photography for a minute because, you know, as we look at everything that's gone on in the world, let's just take the last 12 months because we could say for a long time, but can you share maybe your perspective? Because I mean, you're not a photographer. You told me earlier, you're the least creative person. Yeah. So, but you have such a powerful voice in activism. Talk to me and these guys and gals here about the role that photography and the arts play in activism.
The hairs on my body are standing up right now, truthfully. I think about in this moment the tremendous work of poets from the civil rights movement. I think of Nikki Giovanni. I think of Maya Angelou. I think of people that have come before me and paved the way when I think about the arts and a ton of painters. But in this moment, I ground myself in the work being done in Gaza. I ground myself and root myself in the sacrifice that those photojournalists are taking in this moment. I honor the sacrifice that they are forced to make in this moment because of the harmful nature of hatred. What is happening is an atrocity. And the truth of the matter is we have a front row seat to some of the most horrible and despicable things that we will ever see in our lifetime because of those photojournalists. And so when I think about activism, when I think about purpose, we would not be having the conversations that we are having across social media in this moment if it were not for photojournalists, the doctors, the people in Gaza that we are capturing real time because of photojournalists.
I mean, we were talking earlier just about this, that we probably have just such a limited view of what it looks like day to day for the people that are over there. And what we do have is because of photographers that are brave enough to go out and capture that. And I'm using the word photographer very loosely because I'm not talking about someone necessarily with like, you know, some big camera. I mean, this is a photographer in war. You know, I saw a slide recently. They showed all the journalists that have been killed. Several photojournalists that they were out there trying to document what's happening. Now they're gone. It's almost like the message needs the boat of creativity to get to the people.
Yep. I'm trapped somewhere between rage about what is happening to them and thankfulness that they are there so that we can move to make change. And you are right, without the boat taking us down the water's a very treacherous path. It is indeed. I don't know, given the dishonesty of what has happened in Gaza, that we would be hearing the actual truth, right? Like we have seen time and time again, captured on video, the IDF saying, oh, this didn't happen. And then there's some photojournalist that has captured it. And so it is an art form. It is the highest form of sacrifice in art, I think, for a person with a camera, a phone. Listen, going out into a place that has on it been dropped the equivalent of 2 atomic bombs is courage unrestricted in art.
Yeah.
The highest form of art that there is to capture human life and human suffering because it is necessary in this moment.
Absolutely.
It is necessary to capture it in this moment. It is no longer this jovial exercise that we just participated in. It is the capturing of human suffering in real time and the capturing of what hatred does in a community and in a society.
Several years ago, I was in Palestine and I was in Israel, and then we went into Palestine, and we were only in Palestine for a day, but we went to the city of Bethlehem, and I just saw a thing on the news, I think it was last week, because, you know, celebrating the Christmas season, historically, a lot of people make a pilgrimage to Bethlehem, or, you know, you have a lot of people of the Christian faith that regard that as such a holy place, not realizing that it's part of Palestine. It's not part of Israel. Bethleham's part of Palestine. I saw a photo that someone set up, and it was of a like nativity Jesus in rubble. Did you see this image?
I did see that today.
And, you know, as the world is a witness, people on the other side of the camera, the other side of the screen, what can we do?
Yeah, I think you keep raising your voice. I think one of the things is undeniable. The resilience of Palestinian people is nothing short of encouraging. The resilience of the photographers on the ground, knowing that a bomb might be dropped on them any moment, and capturing human suffering in real time is a reminder to us that when we stand, we give the subconscious permission for others to stand with us. People that would have otherwise not have gotten up, would not have spoken up, would not have said anything, are speaking because we see them on the front lines every day with that camera, making sure that they're capturing the war crimes that are happening. And we will look back on this and the work that they have done in real time, saying, these people are heroes, right? Because they've captured. The nativity scene that you mentioned struck a chord with me. I practice religion. I respect the religions of others as well. I think that there is not more a wicked tool than people use than religion to justify what we are seeing happening there. And so when I think about this overall idea of what is being captured in terms of art isn't always pretty, in the same way that love isn't. And if you follow my page, you know I say love is on purpose.
Yes.
Love isn't always pretty. Art isn't either, but I think in this moment, we are seeing the highest form of it.
You might be feeling something right now. Maybe you're feeling empathy, compassion, or maybe you're feeling rage at what we just talked about. That's okay. It's okay to feel something. Any human suffering is not okay. From any religious point of view, racial point of view, political point of view, it doesn't matter. Any suffering is not okay. If your first instinct as to what we just talked about was to feel mad or feel like it's unfair, please join us in acknowledging that we have a unity here. Suffering is not okay. And it's voices like yours, voices and voices of photographers and people that are willing to say it's not okay, and not have a blind allegiance to any one particular group or another. If we were just on the side of humanity, if we could just be on humanity's side, I think everyone would look at the situation and say, man, it's not okay. And something has to be done and something has to change. And, so I hope that's your heart. That's my heart. I don't want to speak on your behalf, but I believe that's your heart. If you're out there capturing things, or you're even thinking like, I want to use my tool to go make a difference in the world, I guess I would encourage you to just be brave, whatever that looks like for you.
Suffering is not a competition. There are people suffering because their family members are still held hostage. My heart is with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are 20,000 people that have died, millions of people that are displaced, and some, I think, 25,000 orphans at this point. My heart is with all of those people. Suffering cannot be a competition.
Yeah.
The humanity in us must rely on what we know in our gut to be wrong. I don't want to see anybody killed. If I have the hatred for people that they have for me, I am no better than they are. And so I would 100% say to you, I agree with what you said, suffering isn't a competition. In this moment, we have a responsibility to elevate humanity.
Yeah. Be sure to give Jamal a follow. His voice is important in this season. I can't tell you enough, go follow this guy. So I just got home and realized as I began to just review the video we just shot that I never filmed an ending to the video. After our conversation, we went and got some dinner. Then I packed up and came home. I shot a lot of headshot sessions today. I hope you guys enjoyed the highlight reel of some of them that I shot and got to take a look at photos from the SL2-S and the M11 and the M6, which I've just developed an hour ago. Film's hanging over here. I'm going to scan it here in a minute and get it all in this video for you. And I know this video may be a little unique because, we talked about headshots and activism. Two things that are seemingly unrelated, but isn't it amazing how photography has so many applications? I hope you guys enjoyed this video or were challenged by this video, which is very different than enjoying it. I've got one more video left for this year. I hope you guys have enjoyed this year one. Maybe we'll call it season 1 of this channel. The next video will be after Christmas. So to you, your families, however you celebrate the holidays, my love and peace to you. I'll see you guys next time.